The next series of videos pertain essentially to the Aquacat used with an H12 remote, but I'm going to start with the basic setup, just the installation of the antennas, the buoy and the battery, which is common to all Aquacat Turbo X's. Okay, so the first we're going to install is the RC antenna. Hold it vertical and just screw it down like that. When you get to the bottom, just use these two fingers at the bottom and tweak it up. When you do if your boat is a fish finder or a separate telemetry setup, then same story. Hold the antenna vertically, make sure it doesn't cross thread. Screw it all the way down using these two fingers and just squeeze the bottom. That's it. That's the antennas installed. Right, next we come to the buoy. Very straightforward. You just thread it on, make sure you don't cross thread again. And when your buoy is tight, you should have received it where just hand tightening it like that will put the yellow at the back and the red in the front. The reason for having the bicolor is so that you know when you're going and when the boat's turned around, so you know which way the boat is facing from a distance. The lamp you only install on the buoy when you're going to use it. There's no purpose in having it on all day, risking it being cracked in a bad landing. When you're going to use it, you install it. And I'm not going to go to any explanation about the lamp because there is a complete video on the lamp which I'll refer you to. Right, now we're going to install the battery. Loosen your bolts. You can place the hatch sideways like that. Anti-clockwise, lift that up. Orientate your battery this way, long side to the back, wires in the front. Lift the battery wire inside the boat, push it in, slide it back and drop it down. Bring this around and connect up like so. Try to keep these wires apart so that this foam, when you close this flap, sits directly between those two wires to keep the battery down. Right, there we go. Battery's installed. Now, we don't ever turn the boat on until such times we put the radio on. To put the H12 on, you simply press and hold there for 3 seconds. Like that, and you get a little Android man. It does take about 30 seconds to actually reboot and power up. Right, once it's powered up, it will give you that request for a pattern. I've chosen a 7, just like that. Okay, and now it should come alive, and the little antenna are moving. There's the beeps to say it's alive. And now it's going to give you single beeps, continuous single beeps telling you that it's alive, but the radios or the boat's not alive yet. So we turn the boat on, and the very first thing that you look at down here is your battery voltage. Fully charged is around 25 to 25.6 or 25.8 even. That's a fully charged battery. Once you're satisfied that your battery is fully charged, now we're going to arm the boat. With this H12, the autopilot is always involved in the operation of the boat, so you can't use it unless you've armed it. This little LED here is called a status LED. When it began, it flashed all various colors. Eventually, it flashes a steady blue, or flashes blue like that, and that means it's looking for satellites. When it finds the satellites, it turns to green and it flashes green. Now, being indoors, it can take a while for that to happen, but for the purpose of the demonstration, I'm going to explain the following to you. You can arm it while it's blue, but you mustn't move the boat until it's green and becomes solid green. So just to start, very easy, you're going to hold the rudder stick to the right for 10 seconds, and you'll see that it becomes solid. There's a noise in the boat, and there's a couple of beeps that took place, and then one final beep. That tells you that the boat is connected. Radio is connected to the receiver in the boat, and the boat motor will now spin. I can operate the rudder and the bait release. So there's the bait release there, and that is your throttle, and that is your rudder. Now, just to go through the radio, it's very, very basic. You've got this gimbal here. It's simply lifting it up makes the boat go forward. There is no reverse function. Coming down means nothing. So from the center up is forward. Then this is the steering, left and right. On the side here, we've got switch E, which is the sail mode switch. And what that does is it moves the boat from either being able to, from manual to return to launch or auto sail if you have saved a waypoint or created a mission. So remember, switch E. Button A is for waypoint, A for waypoint. So if you want to mark a waypoint, you'd use that. And this one over here is the bait release. We don't use these function buttons. We don't use that, or the jog. So it's just E, these two, and those three. The one is the power. In the meantime, while I was talking, the LED turned solid green, and that is the state that it's got to be in before you can launch the boat. It's very important, however, directly after arming, never move the boat for 1 minute. After you've armed it, and you typically would arm it when it flashes green, not as I did it when it flashed blue, but when it flashes green, you arm it, it becomes solid green. You don't move the boat for 1 minute because on occasion, it will dispute the home coordinates and it will look for a better fix. And if you move it while it's flashing red, then it will have no fix at all. So you always wait at least 1 minute directly after you've armed before you move the boat.